This is your moment to lean in. This is your moment to step up, to actually be the leader of an organization that is getting hit. Nobody ever promised you that you would never get hit. I expect to get hit, and I expect to get hit, get knocked out, suffer, go back to a corner, coaches, trainers, masterminds, people around me saying, this is how you can do better, and get right back in the ring and expect to get hit again. That is how champions are made. This is that moment for you. Attack the business. It's doable. And this is how great leaders, great champions are made. You got one shot at this thing. The clock is ticking. These days that you have, even the bad ones, are still precious.
So what makes the boardroom different and better? I mean, it really boils down to, it's a culture of transformation. It is all about, number one, making sure that the right people are in the room. With an annual acceptance rate of between 3 and 4%, quite frankly, we're not right for everybody. Not everybody wants to change. Not everybody wants to transform. Not everybody actually wants to be better. Not everybody wants to do the hard things to go to the next level. First and foremost, putting those types of people in the room that are highly experienced, that want change, they want the transformation, and they want to help each other to make that happen. That is a powerful, powerful differentiator between us and everybody else. I have a strict no douchebag rule in my life, meaning there's all kinds of rich guys out there, rich pricks that can write a check. I don't care. What I care about is, are you willing to do what it takes to wring everything out of this life you are entitled to, that you're designed to get? You're not designed to fail. You're not designed to struggle. You're designed to be great. Unfortunately, most settle for mediocrity, and that's exactly who we weed out. We want the best of the best. The single biggest challenge I see with entrepreneurs, founders, is they haven't been able to successfully transition from the hustler to the CEO. And you can be a high income earner. I've seen guys that are making $1 million, $5 million, $10 million a year, and they think they own a business when it really boils down to it is their personal production. If they even tried to walk out of their business for a month, 2 months, 90 days, inevitably the business is going to start failing at some level. Revenue will stop at some level. Operations will stagnate at some level, which means you don't really own a business, you own a job. And that's the bridge. That's the gap that Boardroom in this community fill. When you get people who have successfully gone across that bridge, they successfully navigated that journey, and they're willing to turn back around and say, let me show you how this is done. Let me give you the steps. Let me give you the playbook. Let me give you the SOPs, and I'm going to hold you accountable to get it done. That's when all the magic happens right there. Man, when you're just trying to define what this thing actually is that we call Boardroom, it is the most challenging thing I have ever tried to do in my life, to try to convey to somebody, this is what it is. When you're talking about how passionate you are about it, and the person on the other end is just like, oh, so it's a mastermind? It is so far from that. You just have to see it, and then you'll get it. But once you get in here, we all get it. A few years ago, we put this afternoon in place to kind of ease the entry into walking into a room of 250 savages. So how is this different than any other mastermind? Well, I can tell you, I've been doing this a long time. Like I said, this is our 13th year of the boardroom. Hopefully, you have an ideal outcome when you walk out of this room. That's what I want to know about. So, this is who I am. This is where I'm from. This is what we focus on. Here's what I'm looking to gain. I'm going to get to the good stuff as fast as I can. Can I get a hell yeah? I have no interest in sitting around and taking 10, 15, 20, 5, 3, whatever the hell it is, however many years to get to my destination of what success looks like. I want to compress time and get to that as fast as humanly possible, period. And that is what Boardroom does. You're around a bunch of people that are, I call them savages in a loving way, meaning they're really qualified. They're just like you. They've done big things and doing big things. They are highly inspired. They will absolutely hold you accountable. This will be your family. These are people that you will do life with, I can assure you. Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet. Please show my very good friend, Ed Milet, all the love. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you. First things first, I just want to say thanks to Kent. Kent and Seema are good friends of mine, and I'm not supposed to say this, but this is probably the best mastermind that I have ever been at in my life. So I just want to give them an acknowledgement for that.
I just lean into action, and I know how to surround myself with good people, and I'm massively loyal to them. I will never drown the man that taught me how to swim. When I give real estate advice, I go, it came from Kent Clothier. That's just how it is.
I like learning from Kent because I know that he just didn't have a perfect life, that he almost died in a plane crash with his family. Those are interesting stories. Those make me lean in because I'm like, oh man, I could see myself in him.
Be that incredible entrepreneur to impact and make a difference that matters the most to you, not the Ferrari, not the Rolex, not the fancy dancing, all that stuff, all the friggin' non-refundable minutes that you are wasting on social media. Man, my minute is expensive. I want a what? ROI.
Hi, so we're Granite Towers Equity Group. We are a multi-family syndication firm. We own in Dallas, Nashville, and Minnesota. Here's our key metrics of our company. Actually, the total units acquired, they're a little less. We sold a couple deals. We're just right under 3,000 units, 2,885, but total units acquired is 3,400. Equity under management is 151 million, and total assets under management is 364 million. We really specialize in value add, finding a deal in a submarket where we can identify competitors that are higher in rent or have better expenses, and we can come in and recreate that in our model.
Hi everybody, my name is Derek Carlson, and this is my wife Brittany Carlson, and super excited to present for you today and to get into our challenges. I own 11 real estate offices throughout the state of Florida. 10 of those are Realty One Group franchises called Realty One Group MVP franchise, Realty One Group MVP. The other one is called MVP Realty. We also own a title company called MVP Title Agency. So you can see the theme is MVP. For us, that stands for mindset, vision, and purpose.
And Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady, okay? A little bit about myself. I've started this business 11 years ago, literally with $500. I can literally outbroke everybody in this room. And during that time, obviously, we've grown it to now just under 1,300 realtors. We sell anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 transactions every year. In the last 10, 11 years, we've closed over 45,000 properties and average about $2 billion in sales volume every year. Right now, we rank out of 106,000 real estate offices in the United States. We rank number 86 overall for total transactions on an annual basis.
So hey guys, we consider Boardroom family. We've been part of Boardroom for a little over 2 years. And, it's been awesome seeing, for example, Derek, Mike, Dan, you guys grow tremendously. And, we put this picture up here because it's easy to be up here, right, and forget where we come from. And I love Tim's speech about, like, if you don't like something, like, let go of it. We are the best when we make money somewhere to just get stuck and stuck and stuck, but not looking elsewhere to see what else can I do, right? So picture on the left is actually a picture that we took probably about 3 years ago. When we had the bakeries, I managed over 100 employees while running a portfolio of 70 properties on the side. And that picture was taken at midnight after like Valentine's or something. And we had worked like a 14-hour day and we were just completely filthy dirty, right?
We were also in our 20s, so this was basically all of my 20s was spent working at
bakeries, yeah. So
morning to night. So
thankful that we met Ken and he's like, sell those things tomorrow. We're like, great. And picture on the right is fast forward real estate investor. So current KPIs for the last 90 days.
You look a lot happier.
Yeah, a lot bigger too. So in the last 90 days, we added some doors. So our portfolio went from about 235 doors to 252 doors.
All right, good morning, everyone. Since we're on the clock, we'll get things rolling. So know most people here, so we can skip most of this. That's me. That's my awesome family, wife Carrie, kids Cash and Allegra. You've heard about this a few times, but obviously we've now made the full-time move to San Diego. It's fucking epic. We love it. The family's in a great place. Daughter got the school she wants to go to. Boy graduates this year, but he'll be going, hopefully, NCAA golf next year or take a gap year. And she's playing beach volleyball. So it's about them and all of us. And they're great young business studs, and they're going to do great in the world. So pretty excited to be in a new spot. Kind of like Bobby said, change your environment. I think this is something our family's been talking about for a long time. A bottle of water is worth 50 cents in a grocery store and $4 on an airplane. Like if you can same product, different environment, you're more valuable. In my business, in Luxus, our move has made our business more valuable. So really cool. What do we do? So luxury real estate, 2 divisions, but luxury real estate ground up development. Throw some pictures in, kind of, pictures say 1,000 words. This is our Vegas project. Ken says it, and I still struggle with it sometimes saying, but he is right. We are trying to solve billion-dollar problems now. We're not a billionaire. If there's a whole thing to how this whole thing works, so I always preface that. But this is a $1 billion project at cost. And so it is a complicated project. I think if anything we do well, we solve kind of complex problems in different markets through the development space and luxury vacation space. And we're very proud of it. So it's really exciting and it's going to change the trajectory. If you see this little there, when Four Seasons, puts your logo on their website, it was a big deal. And it still is a big deal for me. And every time I see it, I kind of pinch myself because it becomes this kind of third-party validation that the grind you put in all those years to try to create something special, someone else has validated it. And when they validate it, now it's been an exciting moment for us.
Who I am, I've got a industrial service company, ASME code shop, and the land company has been a byproduct because we've got to have all of our service companies under roof. I said last time I was going to finish my St. George Ironman. I did. That was a couple weeks ago.
Good job.
Woo! Ina, I didn't know I was going to be in the same room as Steven, so shameless plug once again. We do have some room, so if you want to come, it'd be a great time. Consolidated Resource, this is what we do. We do oil and gas, pipeline and midstream services. We build facilities and industrial services, underground utilities for you name it. It's what we do with hydrovac services, line locating. ASME Vessel Shop, as I had mentioned a couple times, our main competitor went out of business that was in our space, and it's a small world where I'm at to manufacture pressure vessels. So since our competitors went out of business, we're going to have 100% year-over-year growth. It's been absolutely insane, which we've had to move into a newer facility where we've got over 100,000 square foot that we're under roof, all industrial space, overhead cranes. We just moved into a new facility and we can actually lift 80,000 pounds with our overhead cranes. So it throws us into a whole new ball game.
One of the things that's kind of frustrated me, and I'm sure many of you as well, with my high school age daughter just graduating, It's pretty easy to see the glaring deficiency when it comes to our education system on educating our kids about the most simplistic shit as financial literacy, much less how to go out and start a business or how does the economy actually work? What is supply? What is demand? How are the mechanisms that make all this thing? A lot of stuff that, quite frankly, most of us in this room, the education system failed us. We just figured it out. We started having some conversations internally about starting a program called The Apprentices of Boardroom. This is for kids that are over the age of 13, clearly your own kids, but any kids that you want to even sponsor. Bottom line, we're trying to create impact and create little entrepreneurs and create little badasses from the ground up, right out of the womb here. It's fair to assume that most of our kids are very different than their friends by virtue of being in our world. But that's not good enough. We want to take it to the next level. While you're in this room, simultaneously, in a room next door, the children that you bring will be going through their own 2-day event where they'll be breaking it down, being taught by a professional exactly about financial literacy, exactly about building a business, understanding how it all works, putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Now, I will tell you from firsthand experience, when this takes place, the conversations that take place at home, the bonding, the commonality of language that takes place with your kids changes dramatically. It's no longer foreign. Nothing's cooler but when your kids get excited about business. It was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had when my oldest started doing this kind of stuff. And that's what I want for all of us. I want you to have this relationship with your kids, and we want to try to provide value in doing that.
There's a thing in compound interest that maybe you'll go through, or maybe you don't know, but learn the rule of 72. Did you guys do that?
Yeah, what's 72? So tell them what it is.
Who knows what the rule? You know what the rule of 72 is, practically. So the way it works is you take, is this crazy that this exists? You take the number 72, and you take your interest rate that you're getting, the ROI. You divide that into 72. That's how long it takes for the money to double. Is that cool? That's pretty crazy. So if you got 10% on your money, who can do the math in your head? Anybody know? And you divide that into 72, how long would it take for that money to double? You had $10,000 and you got 10% on it.
It would be about 7 years.
That's correct. Very good. You guys learned this stuff, you're going to be way richer than me. I'll tell you what an advantage this is. I swear to you right now, if we walked out into that lobby of that hotel, and by the way, there's successful people staying in this hotel, right? But if you ask the average person in that lobby, can you tell me what the rule of 72 is? You know how many, what percent, you know how many you know? Probably like 3 out of 100. No doubt. You are learning stuff that grown adults that are 45, 50 years old, driving a car around town right now have no idea what you're reading. True story. And most of them don't save that first 10, give away the 10, you're learning. This is awesome. I want my kids in here.
There is a woman inside of you who is bold, brilliant, and unapologetically driven. She's building a business, showing up for her family, and carrying the weight of it all quietly.
At Women of Boardroom, we see her. We are her. We're a curated community of female entrepreneurs leading in business, life, and at home.
We trade service level networking for real conversations. We protect what matters most, our time, our energy, our purpose. We don't just hustle.
We heal, we grow, we lead differently. If you're ready for a space that fuels your ambition and honors your whole self, then this is your invitation. Join us at the Women of Boardroom.
You may not have realized that what was truly going on, in addition to you giving helpful feedback from the room, everybody is paying very close attention to who is the playmaker, who really stood out amongst your fellow members. You know exactly who those people were in your room. We're going to recognize both out of every room right now. My billionaire boardroom members, stand up real quick. Make a point of connecting with each and every one of these individuals. These are people that are absolutely crushing the game at every level. I'll say it a different way. They are who you want to be when you grow up. And what I mean by that is that they are running really successful businesses in the real estate space. This is not a hobby for them. These guys and girls are doing hundreds, if not thousands of transactions, tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, running successful businesses, and either they are experiencing some level of freedom or they are on the path to get it done. They are who you want to be in the business world. Make sure you get connected with them.
We love coming to these events. We've spent some time with some individuals that have really helped us with our business, elevate our mindset to kind of a higher level. It's a unique situation when you tackle some of the problems that other people in the same room might have had the same problem and might have already figured out a solution. So I would like to just thank Kent and the whole boardroom team for having us here, get in the same room together, and just to be able to go through some of the day-to-day stuff that maybe it was a challenge for me a year ago, maybe you're facing it today. How can we get through it together? Boardroom is a place where I'm paired with like-minded investors. I don't come into a room and have to figure out everyone's appetite for investment or level of experience. Boardroom is elevated. We all are competitive. We want to win. We're looking for these challenges. You've got an accomplishment under your belt. How can we collaborate? We go there instantly. Everyone's at the same level. We take it to the next level immediately.
There's a reason why the brightest minds, the most elite people in the industry all keep coming back to one room. I'm not talking about a room that is just some stuffy boardroom we've all been in, filled with antiquated ideas, outdated hacks, outdated strategies, stuff that we've certainly bypassed. No, it's something quite different. The Boardroom Mastermind. The best and brightest all come to this one group time and time again. Why? Quite simply, because this is where the evolution continues. This is where you are surrounded by your peers. This is where you evolve out of having people constantly pull on you, and you're settling in a room that instead of getting pulled on, you're getting pushed up. A room that is designed very carefully to make sure that you are achieving more, that your evolution hasn't stopped, that you become the best version of yourself, the CEO and leader that you know down deep you are designed to be. You just need the format, you need the people, you need the peers, all holding you accountable, giving you clarity, and pushing you today to become more than you were yesterday. Because I'll tell you, quite frankly, inside of the Boardroom Mastermind, excellence isn't optional, it's expected. The Boardroom Mastermind is where elite founders go to refine everything, whether it is their systems, their processes, their leadership skills, their wealth strategy, their evolution as a human being, as a founder, as a CEO, as a husband, as a wife. Everything is on the table. They just want to become better. That's why every connection here matters. Every conversation, every handshake, every interaction, it all matters. You're surrounded by the best and the brightest across this entire industry, a room full of elite players, so everything matters. If you've ever wondered where clarity is found, confidence is restored, where the evolution continues, where you are inspired and where you aspire to be much more, just by the people you're surrounded with and the information poured into each other, it's here at the Boardroom Mastermind.